So yes, Balakrishna, let's start with the self-introduction first.
Yeah, I'm Venati Balakrishna Reddy. Totally, I have 4.5 years of experience, and in that, 2.3 years of experience in IT industry. My relative experience also 2.3 in CRM developer, and I have involved in various projects in CRM projects, various sectors like healthcare sector and insurance sector. And I have experience in CRM customizations like writing plugins and JavaScripts, workflows, and business rules. And I have designed form designs and field creations. And I have also experience in Power Automate flows and Canvas apps and uh, model driven maps. So these are the things I have work experience, and my roles and responsibilities of on project is daily we have a stand up call. In that stand up call, lead will discuss about the project talks, and if any clarifications we need, we'll discuss in the stand up call, and we'll clarify that and we'll take it forward. And yes, weekly, 3 weeks once, one sprint will be there. In that, task will be assigned in the Jira, and we'll do that tasks, and will assign and will finish in that time. These are my responsibilities.
Okay, and what are all the tools do you use to manage the task?
Jira.
Okay, and can you just explain about your project?
Yeah, I have worked in a healthcare project. It is all about patient to book the appointment so that the doctor will know who can appoint. I mean, who have the appointments like that.
Hmm. Can you just give me overall functionality of the system project?
Yeah, like patient have some I mean, in the website he can book the appointment, and where the doctor can see the like who are booked appointments like that. If any, for example, doctor have anything like more than, if we have appointment taken for per day is 3 or 4, if he somebody patients booked more than 4 like that, he can reject that. For example, he can reject, reschedule the appointment like that. He can reschedule, we can do the that functionality like that. It will be.
So do you have experience with plugins?
Yeah, I have.
How many plugins have you implemented so far?
Yeah, around 10 plugins I have implemented.
So how much do you rate yourself?
Yeah, for out of 5, I can give 4.
So can you just give me the one of your recent plugin and what is the scenario and how did you implement it?
Like plugin, for example, um, if a doctor, for example, there is a parent and child entities are there. For example, if in the child entity, if the somebody the parent information is a lookup is there. If I selected one of the field, the related parented information should be shown in the child record actually. For example, patient, if you think patient, if he selected patient, the lookup, he need to populate the patient email and patient phone number like that.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this
So in your career, what is the most difficult plugin have you implemented? Can you just
uh,
give me the scenario and how do you
like
manage?
if like it's a date time conversations, it will be like, for example, there will be in backend, it will be stored as a UTC format. But in the local time, we need to convert it where I have faced some difficulties to convert those things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So what kind of difficulty have you faced?
Like, for example, if the patient booked the appointment for example, for one date, but doctor has I mean, doctor already had appointment on that day, but it should not actually should not take that appointment, but it actually taking because of that. Its plugin is not like not working because of that, because it's backend it showed in UTC format, but in it is taking time in IST format. So there I need to convert that UTC to IST.
Hmm.
So there where I have struggled somehow.
So do you know about the events in the plugin?
Yeah, plugin like create update events
So those are the messages actually. Events
messages.
means pipeline
Yeah,
stages.
pipeline stages, execution stages, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are three actually: pre-operation, post-operation, and pre-validation. For pre-validation will execute before any privileges checks like security checks. At that time, it will execute actually. In pre-operation stage, like it will execute when data before save into the server, and in post operation it will execute after data save into the server. The things main one more difference is, in pre-validation stage the rollback will not, if any error occurs, the rollback will not occur actually. In pre and post operation, it rollbacks the data actually.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So have you ever implemented any plugins on the pre-validation?
Yeah, in pre-validation, yeah, implemented.
What is the scenario?
Scenario in the sense, for example, um, yeah, this only like the doctor book appointments, right? In that we need to show some error messages. If the patient booked more than the doctor has appointed, right? At that time, I need to show some error messages like that.
Uh,
Yeah, particular date you have already filled the uh, appointments like that I need to show.
so what is the reason implementing it on the pre-validation? Why can't you implement on the pre-operation or post-operation?
Yeah, in the post operation, we can also implement on post actually.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So let's say uh, I have a requirement.
Okay.
So the requirement is like, so I'm updating something on the parent record.
Okay.
So I wanted to update same information. I have some common fields across parent and child.
Okay.
An update of parent record, I wanted to update all child records with the same updated value.
Okay.
So what are all the possible ways we have, and which one do you prefer?
There are multiple ways like JavaScript, workflow, plugins, Power Automate flow we can achieve. It depends. For example, it's only for client side. Then I choose JavaScript.
Hmm.
Otherwise, I'll next I'll go for workflow because it is there is no code involved in the workflow, so it's out of box
Is it
functionality.
possible with workflow, first of all?
Workflow, yeah, it's possible, right?
So how do you get the child records in workflow?
You said child record in it. Okay, in child record, it's not possible. I
So,
thought
so,
same thing. Okay, okay.
so what are all possible ways? One is plugin you mentioned, other one
Yeah,
is,
but it's JavaScript.
and then only two ways is
Yeah,
any other way
yeah, Power Automate.
for automate flow. How do you manage exceptions in the plugins? How do
By
you handle
using
X?
exceptions try clutch, by using try clutch.
How do you debug a plugin?
Yeah, by using trace logs or by using a plugin profiler.
Just explain about the plugin profiler steps.
Like there will be some log file will be created, and by using the plugin registration tool, we load in that log file, and in the Visual Studio, we'll hit that points where we need to get that. Uh, I mean, that points will put and will debug the things.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So for automate flow will work as a synchronous mode or asynchronous mode.
Power Automate Flow is a synchronous mode.
Synchronous is.
Asynchronous. Asynchronous.
How many types of workflows do we have?
Workflows we have background workflow and real-time workflow.
What is the difference between both?
Yeah, in a real-time workflow, it should execute. User need to wait. It will execute. But in background, user will not wait. It will happen in the background. Yeah, that's the main thing. And in the background workflow, we can the owner of the thing will be taken user context, and in the real time workflow, the user context will be the I mean in the any user, like it will be the
Sorry, any user means
I mean login user we can.
login user.
Yeah,
Uh, so can you just explain properly?
like user in real time workflow, the user context maybe it will be the owner of the workflow,
Mhm.
and in background workflow the user context will be the any user, I mean um we can say that I don't know how to.
Okay.
Yeah,
So how about do you have experience with JavaScript?
yeah, I have.
So what is the purpose of the JavaScript?
It's like clients to validate the client side validations. It will use that actually.
Mm.
It is the extended functionality. For example, we can also achieve by using business rules. If we can't achieve by using business rules, we use JavaScript.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So when do you go for business rule? When do you go for JavaScript?
Yeah, for example, if business rule, there are some actions we can do by using business rules. For example, set mandatory, set visibility, set default value, set field value, like that. If more than that, we cannot achieve in that business rule. If you get any other requirement, for example, if you need to populate parent info in child records, at that time we go for JavaScript.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Parent record. Okay.
yeah.
So any other? Can you just give me another scenario where business rule is not possible and we must and should use JavaScript?
Another, for example,
So let's say I have a requirement. I have
okay,
implemented a, business rule to
okay,
populate a field value.
okay,
So field is populating fine and working fine whenever I'm creating record from the CRM.
okay,
But if I create records via the other than CRM like import, the business rule is not working. So what
Mm.
could be the issue and how do we fix it?
Yeah, maybe the scope will be we choose all forms or particular form, specific form. Maybe we need to choose entity as the scope.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So what is the scope of entity?
Yeah,
Sorry,
entity.
business role.
Yeah, scope of business or entity business scope is we can if you create a record from CRM and as well as some other website or something, it both will populate actually.
So what is the scope of an business role? How many scope types are
Yeah,
there in the scope?
there are three entity, all forms, and specific form.
So what is purpose of each one of them?
Yeah, entity we can from client side and server side validations it will do.
Mm-hmm.
The all forms and specific form only on the client side. It will not do any validation server side.
Mm-hmm. So let's say I have a business rule and I have a JavaScript and same event. So which one will trigger first and what is the reason?
Yeah, JavaScript will trigger first because
Uh,
business rule also implemented by using the JavaScript
mm,
behind this thing. So first it will execute JavaScript by the system.
JavaScript will execute, is it?
Yeah.
So what is the reason?
Yeah, because in background in business rule, it also need to convert into JavaScript and it will validate.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Okay. So do you have experience with the ribbon workbench?
Yeah, I have.
Let's say I have a requirement. I have added one of the button on the form. So
Okay.
I wanted to show only for the manager. How do
Okay.
we do that?
Yeah, by using display rules and by using security, uh, like we need to give some security checks. For example, security rules for manager. So we need to add that thing while login user as a manager. At the time, we need to show that button actually.
How do you get how do you get the current login user security roles?
Yeah, by using JavaScript, we achieve.
Yeah, in the JavaScript, what is the syntax to get current login user
Current
security roles?
login. Yeah, for example, current login user, there will be the roles will be there, something like that by using that XRM dot roles.
What is that syntax line of code?
Yeah, I'm not able to get it now probably.
Okay, and how do we show and hide a field using JavaScript? What is the syntax?
Sure, like XRM dot XRM dot page dot get controls like by using get control dot in schema name dot and set disabled true or false by using that by set is disabled is true, then it will be hide like false it will be sure like that.
Mhm. So like, is it exam that page is supported?
No, but now it going to be a deprecate form context. Instead of that, we need to use form context.
Mhm. Fine. So how do we manage errors exceptions in the Power Automate flow?
There will be some scope concept is there. We need to create two scopes for one is for try and one is for catch. If try is failed, we need to configure try catch need to be catch scope need to be execute like that we can.
Mhm. Uh, okay. So have you ever uh, encounter like what kind of issues you encounter in the Power Automate flow in your projects?
Power Automate flows uh, sometimes I'm not able properly mention that field names, like for example we need to populate in that field names like that I wrongly mentioned. So at that time I used to get a errors. Yeah, those are the common errors I get.
If I want to make Power Automate flow as a synchronous, is it possible?
Yeah, by using JavaScript we can achieve.
We can make it as synchronous, is it?
Yeah.
How many types of Power Automate flows we have?
We have three, like automated, instant, and schedule.
What is the importance of each one of them?
Yeah, automate means it will automatically trigger whenever an action triggers, and instant means it's instant. It will not do any automated things. For example, user need to do a click at that time. We need to do instantly. At that time we use instant. Schedule means in schedule time. For example. At midnight I need to run something. At that time we'll use schedule.
What kind of connectors have you used in Power Automate flow?
Connector, Dataverse connector, and HTTP.
Hmm.
Yeah, I have used
Do
those
you
things.
have any integration experience?
Yeah, I have. Like I have Google Sheet integrations I have done like that.
Okay. Like, what is the most difficult task have you implemented in your project across all components?
Yeah, most implemented task in the sense I
Difficult
have.
task, yeah.
Yeah, I have earlier said, right, whenever
The
by
plugin you
implement.
mentioned, right?
Yeah,
So other
that.
than that, is there any difficult task have you faced?
I feel that one difficult. I have also some others, but that is not that much difficult. I can able to manage it.
What's your team size?
Yeah, we are a total of 4 members,
Okay.
including my lead.
And do you have any experience interacting with the business users?
Yeah, for example, quarterly once we have some. One second, one second. Somebody is.
Yes, please continue. Yeah.
Quarterly once like that we have meetings with the club business clients for their requirements. Yeah, what are the requirements they need like that.
So do you know like what kind of methodology do you follow?
Yeah, agile methodology will
What
for.
is agile methodology?
Yeah, it's like there will be a sprint system. 3 weeks once there will be sprints. So automatically they will assign the task in Jira, and there will be everyday stand-up calls will be there, and will do any will conduct the meetings every day. So any I mean any challenges are there, we'll discuss there and we'll sort out and we'll go on like that. It will be.
Okay, so I have a requirement. I have two forms.
Okay.
So if I log in with manager, I wanted to see both of them. If I log in with other than manager, secretarial, I want to see only one form. Is it
Okay.
possible?
Yeah, is possible.
How can we do?
Yeah, by using security rules only. By in the form level, we need to manage that form security. uh, we
What
need to
is the
build.
security model we have in CRM? What kind of security hierarchy we have, and how we manage data security?
Security model in the sense. Uh,
Security related topics, how do we manage?
Yeah, in the farm level will be secret. Actually, will. every user have some security roles like for example user level, business unit level, or organization level. Those like that we need to provide security.
What access privileges do we have?
Yeah, access like user level and
Access privileges. Privileges. What privileges we have?
privileges only, like user level, right? User level
There are
privileges.
the access levels, right? So I'm asking
Yeah,
about the privileges. Privileges is nothing but create,
create,
update.
update. Yeah,
Yeah.
create, update,
Hmm.
and reading, viewing, and delete.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Read and delete, is it?
yeah,
So how about append and append to?
yeah. Append and append to also there.
What is the importance of append and append to?
Yeah, it's like parent-child by creating parent-child relationship we use. And append to we give in parent level, parent entity we need to give append to, and in append we need to give in child entity. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, good. So బాలకృష్ణ కొంచెం ప్రజెంటేషన్ దగ్గర కొంచెం ఫ్రేమింగ్ రావట్లేదు.
Okay,
సబ్జెక్ట్ ఉంది కానీ ఆ
okay,
ఫ్రేమింగ్ కొంచెం అడ్జస్ట్ చేసుకోండి ఫ్లూయెన్సీ.
okay,
దెన్ ప్రజెంటేషన్ ఈజ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ మీకు సబ్జెక్ట్ ఉన్న. సో
okay,
ప్రజెంటేషన్లో కొంచెం వీక్ ఉన్నారు, అదొకటి సెట్ చేసుకోండి. రిమైనింగ్ ఆల్ వెల్ అండ్ గుడ్.
okay.